What's going on, guys? Coach Matt at YouGoProBaseball.com. I'm here with the man, Showtime, Robert Garcia. And we were actually just talking. We had a pitching camp here in Top Velocity in Covington, Louisiana. And we were talking when we had some downtime about pitch design, pitch development. And Robert had some great information that I want him to share with you guys. So you can learn if you're trying to learn how to throw a curveball, change up, all different pitches, kind of what he went through, because he's got some nasty pitches. And he's going to kind of share his process that he's learned along the way with you guys. So check it out. What do you got?
Yeah, well, back when I was playing professional baseball and college baseball, I had the amazing experience to train with one of the most talented pitchers in baseball, which was Jose Fernandez, and of course our pitching coach and mentor Orlando Chinea. And I was there in the process of how he developed all these nasty pitches, talking about the spin rate of his slurp, talking another pitchers that came to me, and we trained together with all these techniques and development pitching methods. So right now we're going to teach you one of our secrets of how this from the highest level to young kids really learn how to create the movements and really understand how to throw these pitches. So basically you want to get your position on a T-flex position, which is this, so you don't need to worry too much about your lower half, and you just really concentrate on how to create the effect on the ball. So we can start with a curveball. Of course, when I was training, we used a softball. Why a softball? Because when you're grabbing the softball, it's way harder. So if you can create the effects on a softball, then when you get to the baseball, the effects on a baseball are going to be amazing. So I like to start from T-flex position, and from here, whatever pitch you are throwing, it's your curveball, your changeup, the slider, or the sinker. You just gotta be dividing the pitches by day. When you throw sinker and changeup, it's the same action and the same concept. The objective is the pressure on the fingers and never pass the nose, because if you pass the nose, you are going to start cutting the ball, so you don't want that. You want your changeup to drop down or get that sinking action. Same thing with your sinker. You want to put the right pressure on the fingers and be sure that you don't pass the nose. So those pitches are really tough because it's a timing pitch. So if you don't have the timing right, those effects are not going to be the right. So for me, those are one of the most important pitches. But when we're talking about the breaking balls, we used to put like a wall in between me and my partner, and the objective was to get your arm, pass the ball, the wall, but then the partner will be like playing catch. Let's say here, you want to pass the wall and then hit below his weights. Ideally, you want to hit his knees. So that ball, the spin is good, that is aggressive at the end. And that's how really I learned from Jose Fernandez and Orlando Chinea, and that's how he has this devastating breaking ball. And the slider is a little more easier. You just gotta make sure to put the right pressure in the right fingers and just try to throw a fastball.
That's great. When you were pitching, what pitches did you throw? Like, how many pitches did you throw? And rank them in order from like best to not so great.
All right. First, you always gotta say your fastball, right? But for me, the most important pitch was my changeup. But if I can rank my pitches, it will be fastball, changeup, gotta be the slider, the sinker I have in college, a slider, and then a breaking ball. The breaking ball was the latest I developed, so that will be my order. And of course, when you're talking about fastball, I was throwing 3 different fastballs. You know, I was throwing 4-seam fastball, which was straight. I was throwing 2-seam fastball, which has a little run, and depending the situation of the game, you play around with those pitches. And of course, I got my sinker. When you get in those tough situations and you need a ground ball for double play, man, let's go with the sinker. So I have 3 different fastballs in one, so that's 3 different pitches plus all the other pitches I have. But my changeup was the pitch that I had in my pocket. Every time I have people in 2 strikes, they all know what was coming and they still miss it.
What about the grips? Can you show us like how you gripped all those pitches when you were throwing them?
Yeah, well, how I grip my changeup is this way. The main thing is the pressure. The pressure on the fingers is the most important. So you want to have pressure on this finger, pressure on the fat finger and on the small finger. And these, they just go there for the right. So the main key and why it's important this exercise is because you want to teach exactly the release point and where you want to pronate the ball at the right time and with the right motion. So if you pass your nose, you will notice you will cut your changeup. If the changeup, you release it in the perfect sequence, timing, and release point. If it's nasty, it's just going to drop. And if you have a little pronation, it will sink. So you just gotta play around which changeup, depending the situation you want to throw.
You've got something really exciting coming up, which I don't know how much of it we can share right now, but Top Velocity is heading down to Boca Raton. Robert Garcia, you're going to be taking the program and heading down there. So tell us more. Can you tell us more about that? Or?
Yeah, sure. We're taking over South Florida, and I invite you, everybody that is watching us right now, to be following our social media, especially my social media, because we're moving Top Velocity. We're opening a new place, a fancy place, providing new installations and bringing all this methodology and program of Top Velocity to enhance your athleticism and performance.